Hello everyone, this is Tatyana and welcome to my channel. If you haven't done so yet, then ring the bell and subscribe in order not to miss out on any of these videos. Today we have another difficult case, and since I've noticed you guys really enjoy these kind of transformations, I decided to share this one with you as well. This girl used to come regularly for manicures, but then we hadn't seen each other for a few months. And look at how neglected the cuticles have become. There are hangnails on practically every finger, and here are some really stubborn hangnails which are right next to the sidewalls. We're going to cut those down and trim down the length of the nails. I filed them down into soft squares and smooth the corners. I'm moving the cuticle with my cuticle pusher, and immediately after I'm going over the nails with a buffer in order not to mess up the fresh cut cuticle later. I'm choosing my all-time favorite nail drill with the safety tip on the end. There are always a lot of questions about it, so I'll leave a link for it in the description box below. I'm cleaning all of this up at 20,000 RPMs, but notice how I'm not pushing the nail. If it gets a little stuck along the way, it'll fly off, so you definitely don't want to overdo it. I decided to clean up the cuticle passing through twice, because it's really quite built up here and it's a bit difficult to see the area underneath. Next, I'm cutting the cuticle with a pair of cosmetic scissors by a Zinger. With these, I'll also be cutting off the hangnails. Because this drill is not thin like a needle, I can use this also to buff up the surrounding area of the nail and not waste any time on changing to another drill. I can definitely say that this has been the longest manicure I have ever done. Treating the skin and cleaning up this area alone took me over an hour. After all, pretty much every finger had hangnails. I'm not going to change the speed of the drill while going around the cuticles. In order for it not to burn the skin, I'm moving it around rapidly. I also don't advise strongly pressing because this risks the feeling of it being burned. After having cleaned that with the nail drill, I'm cutting the cuticle and then once again going over the inside cut. On the middle finger, the cut with the scissors on those hangnails didn't quite work out, and it was a bit painful, so we're going to file it down gradually. When you can't see much left on the nail, your movements should become soft and light, and don't go over the area that you've already cleaned. There are many different ways to do a manicure, and this isn't the only way. An additional way, for example, could be with a round tip, or if the lateral folds are quite deep, it's better to grab a tip that's finer. In general, when you're doing a full manicure like this, you could sit down and spend hours and then clean up all of the residue. And here's what I've got done, which is really good, but it won't be perfect until all of those minor injuries from the hangnails are fully healed. If you want to see how these nails turn out later after this manicure, then let me know in the comments below. There's also the fact that the nail beds are different lengths. Of course, we'll measure out a common length so that once they're painted, they'll all look even. As I mentioned, these nails were so problematic even here with the coating, so I applied a dehydrator not only once, but a few times after I cleaned off all of the dust, and only then will we apply our primer and base. I'm putting a rubber base and distributing that evenly around the nail. The alignment is complete, and now I'm going to apply this white gel polish, which goes on the base layer perfectly and doesn't run off, even though it's also quite liquid. I think that 2 layers of this white coat will be more than enough for everything to be even. We are finally ready for our design. I'm really excited about this one. First, I'm starting off by drawing this lush green branch in 3 different shades. On the middle finger, I've decided to draw a parrot. First, I'm painting the outline of the parrot and then letting that dry underneath the lamp. Further, we'll be adding the details, completing the layering, and doing all this with intermediate drying. I'm finishing everything off in a glossy finish and slightly leveling the design. This finish works great and doesn't leave that yellow tint afterwards such as some top coats can do. Our look is finally complete. This was a ton of work, but it was totally worth it. It turned out great, and this design is super cute and fun. If you liked this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, and until next time.